Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for your mercy and grace. I pray a very special blessing upon the City Council, upon the City of Kennett. I pray you'll be with each citizen, bless their families, bless them. Bless us all as we do your business and the city's business. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play football.
All right. Go ahead, we're going to have a lesson here. Jake Craft is sitting, or Jake McEwing is sitting in a truck right now. He's still going to be get in chat. See if he's able to. Connect in. Yeah, no, worry about that. Hello. All right. We've got you on there. All right, you're on speaker. Okay. You can figure that out. We'll get started. All right. In your packet, you'll have approval of the, or we need approval of the minutes from 9/7/21.
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. All right, committee reports. Chamber, we did have a report. The hearing council is wanting to have a trunk or treat on Friday instead of Sunday. Ms. Melissa Combs has said it's a little bit confusing on that. Our city ordinance says Halloween is on Halloween. And so we'll just leave it as the city ordinance, so the 31st is on the 31st, and we'll leave city council as that, or we'll leave Halloween on that day. Because I know like our church at Ely, we're planning a trunk or treat, and several others are as well, I'm sure. So, but the hearing council, that would be on them, but as far as anything else, but she just wanted to make sure that that some of the public has called and asked, and so looking back on the city ordinances, Halloween, even if it falls on a Sunday or Wednesday, they still have one of those days. So, all right, finance.
Yeah, we got our numbers in for last month, and every one of them is up. Year to date for the 3 months, we're up $172,602.
Okay.
And we will set up, I'm looking here on the date, for a finance committee meeting to go over our quarter, the first quarter, fiscal quarter. Our next meeting, well, we can either do it on the 30th, but we're not going to have all the numbers in for the quarter. So the next available date will be on the 7th, October the 7th. Let's plan on that, and if anything changes, I will get with the rest of the finance committee members, and I will let you know. Okay? That's all I've got.
All right. All right, fire.
Mayor, council members, a few things of note. Good note is we did have received one emergency management grant. It was a matching grant, and we'll be getting with the fire and EMA committee having a meeting set up in order to discuss that. But one of the main goals in it was to start getting generators, replacing several older generators. So we were able to get one generator out of this, as well as various other training upgrades to our training center over at the fire administration office. So we were very thrilled to get that. So
How much was the grant for?
the grant was for $21,000,
Okay.
and the matching part was $8,000. Again, that will be the part that we need to pay, but that'll have to be
And how much
discussed
was the
together.
first generator?
First generator was a little over $10,000. Do not have the exact quote for it. So we were very thrilled with that. So I'd like to thank Leslie Osorio thank her for all of her help in getting all the appropriate numbers and information out there, so I appreciate that. The other, one more thing that we got to kind of talk about, or need to talk about, is we had a joint meeting with the Fire and Finance committees last week about the possible purchase of a ladder pumper as well as a new pumper. What we're doing is we wanted to phase out our 67 model truck as well as our 79 model truck, which is pretty much out of service anyway. We did find the deal. Again, I stressed this in the last council meeting. We can get the 2006 Pierce 100-foot platform pumper for $190,000, as well as a new Pierce Saber pumper, 2021 model, for $498,200. During our committee meetings, the initial quote on the pumper was $495,000, but as we found out the next day, that pumper had sold 3 hours before we had signed that contract that evening. So they had another pumper available, which was about $20,000 more. It had much more equipment on it, and they were gonna give us, they was gonna let us have it for $498,200. In other words, a difference of $3,200. Talked to my committee chairman, and it's kind of agreed that being under 5,000, we go ahead and it was okay to do the difference there. So, yeah, we're getting a pretty good deal there. The platform truck is going to be available for pickup if we can work out tonight. It'll be available within 30 days, as well as the new pumper. The pumper itself is called a stock unit. In other words, the companies build so many units for immediate sale. If not, we're looking at somewhere between a 2 and 3 year waiting period to get new pumpers being built. So we thought we might, if we need to, we'd like to take advantage of that. Discussions about finance. Given the Pierce platform truck, there was another city that was interested in purchasing that truck, so the representative from Pierce Manufacturing, or McQueen dealership, was here, and he needed to try to get something done on that, which, again, the Fire and Finance Committee, thank you all for what you've done, but we were able to sign a contract and some discussion about financing with it. Under our fire station reserve money we have a little over $200,000 in that. With the fire station construction of Station 2, things are rolling along quite well with that. Possible construction bids being taken in mid-October according to the architect. Discussion about whether or not the money that we have in the fire station reserve would be needed. We shouldn't really need all of it there. And the possibility of using that funding to help purchase the platform truck for $190,000 was discussed.
Well, I'll have to get back with you on, give me an update on all this. I was not present at that finance committee meeting, so I'll need some details.
Okay.
Where the money is going to come from and what was talked about and how it was approved and all that, so.
Okay. So am I going to, finance committee meeting?
All this.
I mean, it's already been voted on, I
Yeah,
understand, right?
yeah.
So I just need to get updated.
Yeah.
How
You're
you all
going forward,
decided,
you just need to bring Steve up to date.
Okay.
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 I'll just get with you then.
Okay. That's all I have.
Okay, and then the,
We'll have to discuss the financing on the pumper. I do have a local bank that has kind of reached out to us about the interest as far as being involved in at least with that.
And the one for the 190,000 or?
No, the one for the $498,200.
So we're gonna, how much are we gonna put down?
Again, that will be up to the,
Well,
the council.
was that not part of the conversation when you all decided?
Yeah, it was. I don't remember Leslie was there, did all that.
Yeah. We do have 64,000 in our equipment reserve.
Mm-hmm.
We have that. And again, right now, as far as funding, money that we do have the $202,139
In what account?
Fire station reserve, fire station
Okay.
reserve.
I thought that money was gonna be used for the fire station.
It is, but seeing how that through the loan process for the
Mhm.
station, this money will not be needed.
Okay. And again,
So
it
it's
will need to be
the
updated.
possibility of moving that funding over in order to purchase the platform.
It's a lot of stuff. 60, 40 grants.
Well, that's
That's
not
a-
gonna, we're still gonna be in debt paying for the fire station and the truck. So I wanna make sure that we can cash flow both long term. So, and again, I wasn't here, so I just need to be updated.
We also had a discussion on the need to find a way to withhold money to start planning for the future a little bit better. I'll get with you on that.
Okay.
But,
Police cars too.
yeah, police cars, every department has a major budget item that they need to come up with, so we've got to figure out how we can
Yeah,
start pulling it out.
yeah. Right now, on the capital improvements
The contract is
account, it's
signed.
only 81,000, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna get us very far.
No.
And we have 30 days, our penalties will be paid for. So,
Bill, to reiterate what you just was going on, I'd like to see each department look at your inventory of vehicles and like a pumper, if it's 7 years front line, or how many years that it needs to be replaced, or a front end loader, or a patrol car, start putting down there so that finance committee can
Yeah.
take them vehicles
See what's coming up, because
and
right
how we
now,
can budget them in on what years to look at replacement. There's a life cycle that they recommend for each one of these apparatus, whether
yeah,
it's
see
your
where we
department.
stand, that way we can plan ahead and,
Every department has.
yeah.
Then we can meet with them and start seeing
Yeah.
how we can save and plug this stuff in.
I would ask the council this then, do I need to seek to go ahead and get the 79 truck repaired? It is a reserve truck.
What would the cost be?
We don't know.
Something with
Can
that
we
fire-
get an
That's
estimate?
That's the one that the fire occurred in it and the brakes went out on it.
Can we get an estimate and then make a decision?
We can. The insurance department recommended that we take it to Fire Master in Springfield, which is where the truck come from, so
You have to tow it.
we'll tow it over there.
Mm.
If that's what y'all wish.
Oh, they may send it to my dad.
They can't send anybody to look at it here?
Well, they probably can. I mean, that's what, is that what we wanna do?
Oh, yeah, because if you tow it over there and then they say there's nothing we can do with it.
You got more expense.
Yeah, we'll just
It'd
need to
be
find out
better
which
to have
way
somebody
would be
here.
cheaper, to bring somebody here or take the truck there.
Well, I'm sure to bring someone over here would be cheaper, so
Okay.
What's the fastest they can get these new trucks to you?
30 days on both.
Okay.
So it's,
And we signed the contracts on the 13th or the 12th,
yeah.
so we've got 30 days
From that.
from that.
So what you're asking for tonight is,
Well, I was asking for approval for the 190,000 is what I was asking for.
okay,
Again, that was to move the funds from the reserve, the fire station reserve, over to purchase that truck. Because again, this was a joint deal as far as getting both
Yeah,
trucks
that's not
at substantial
Help us out.
discounts.
And on the other side, for the fire station.
Yeah.
I thought we voted for whatever the two committees decided was gonna happen.
Yeah, we
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, it's already been recommended in the,
I'll explain it to you.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
the two committees met,
Yeah.
recommended that we move forward, so we have to have another motion on that, or we'll just,
Motion to ratify the execution of the contract.
okay,
I make a motion, we ratify the contract.
okay. We've got a motion and a second, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
can I abstain from that because I don't have all the details?
Mhm.
At this point, I would.
Okay, all right, motion, carries.
Thank you
All
all.
right, very
And I
good.
will say that asked Paul during that meeting, the pumper is a
I just
priority.
don't know. I never.
I did ask him to look at his budget where he could get the money in on, I think he's done that.
Yeah, it was asked, and that's, the discussion we talked about was the reserve, that it wasn't really gonna be needed with our construction at this time.
Thank you.
Two things that
Paul, you there for a second?
Yeah.
With our meeting with Mitzi this morning, the application for federal assistance goes for which two meetings? The two that we're working on right now? or
No, it's not the two later on.
Two later on?
Two in the future.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so do you wanna discuss that?
I didn't think we needed to discuss that yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that
Because
is,
that was part of the construction as far as USDO
Oh, okay.
and
Alright.
stations.
that's why I was
Sure, sure.
confused on that aspect, because, we had quite a bit this morning. All right. Okay. All right. Human resources.
All we have the, did we get the new employee in the front there? Okay, so we have,
Doing real good.
okay, new employee in the, front office, and that is it for that.
All right, Humane.
Tina's not here tonight. Some of the information she gave us, they did have to put the 4 vicious dogs down last week. That really tears her up when she has to put a dog down, and those just weren't savable. Currently have 44 animals on hand, a lot of them are puppies. They won't get any relief until Saturday at least. Have 1 open cage. They are still functioning. Somebody calls them, they're responding and taking care of them as best they can. Side note, they've got a pig over on Elm Street. Supposed to be out of the city by Monday, or there'll be a citation on it, so
Okay.
business as usual.
As usual. All right. Okay, and then, police.
They need to work meeting on that, so. Sure.
Mayor, council, a lot of you know we've got the fair next week. We'll have officers, plenty of officers working each night. One thing I do want to make out there for the public, talking to Mr. Keith this past week, when you're coming off of Airport Road onto First Street and off onto the south bypass, he is going to purchase some signs to put up, just right-hand turn only, to try to stop the traffic congestion. A lot of you trying to turn left or trying to go straight across. That way we can keep the traffic flowing. Each night of the fair, we'll have anywhere from 3 to 5 traffic cars assigned to do nothing but monitor traffic around the fair. All those cars will be paid for through our traffic grant program, so there'll be no cost to the city. We'll be reimbursed for everybody's salaries that work those.
Back up to those signs, are those gonna be temporary for the?
They'll be just
For the fair,
temporary,
or-
they'll just be temporary, we'll take them down.
Okay.
As soon as, I didn't mention that, but yeah, they'll be
I
coming
usually
down.
drive around that intersection.
After the fair's over with.
Okay.
They'll be removed, so, I forgot to mention that part. We've also gotten with MoDOT to post some signs on the south bypass and also on 84 east of town, warning motors that are coming in of the fair congestion of the traffic, maybe try to slow them down a little bit. Again, our traffic cars will be working these areas and monitoring people's speed coming into town. The main thing is we don't want any accidents right in that area, that'll really be a mess, so. Also, there'll be plenty of officers working the fairgrounds, thanks to the fair board, they take very good care of the officers that are working the grounds, be walking out there every night. So we will have plenty of officers on hand, plus the street cars can respond if we need them to, if there is a problem. Hopefully there won't be. On equipment, as far as patrol cars go, council approved to purchase 4 cars this past year. We've got 2 back now from Paragould. The third one will probably be ready sometime this week. They're working on it right now. Our last Charger, I think actually got sold to another agency by accident or whatever. But right now, we're looking at delivery day of 10/6 before we get that car. And then he's still not promising that it'll come in on that date. That's just a target date. But I told him if we could get it before the fair, there's just no way. Right now, we're kind of a couple of cars short. Major Stewart's car has got an engine problem in it. It's a fairly new car. Got a reoccurring oil leak. It keeps coming back. The Martin dealership cannot fix it. They got with the Ford home office, I guess, and they decided to replace the engine. But it's under warranty, so that's not gonna cost us anything. The bad part is, we're just down another car, but he'll have to rotate that car around and share with other officers till it gets his back. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape.
It waits until we get this other charter back. Other than that, that's all I have for council. I do need.
Yeah,
Close the meeting.
yeah, close the meeting.
Closed session for about 5 minutes. We'll get that meeting, talk about personnel. Thank you.
All right, street.
Gonna have to bear with me a little bit, I want to fill you in on some details here. We've been working on trying to get the road in with the Peanut Company. We got one bid on it. The bid came in 117,000 over what the budget was on this. So it was $945,900 to put the road in. So in order to get this done, for one thing that's gonna happen is that there's going to be a lot of traffic on Floyd Street until we get this thing completed. So we want everybody to be aware of that Floyd Street's gonna carry a lot of this, and it wasn't really designed for that, so it may create some issues for us down the long haul, but we don't see that we have a choice on it right now. To take care of the budgeted, over the budget right now, I'd like to make a motion that we take $117,190 out of the transportation tax to pay for the road and the construction of the road. That's one of the things we want to start with.
Out of what account, I'm sorry?
Out of the transportation?
Is that a form of motion?
Yes, that's a motion.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good.
All right, the second thing is we have roughly 120,000 that we have right now in the payment reserve, and we'd like to take that money out of the payment reserve to help progression of this road as well.
For the 20% matching funds, the
Yes,
city
help
will
us
have.
with that, yeah. And so that is a motion for that money to come out of payment reserve.
And there will be a small balance after that we'll have to work it in. We don't have the exact number, maybe 10 or 20,000.
Bill, are you saying pavement?
Paving.
Yeah, payment
Reserve. There's $124,000 in there right now.
We're estimating 120,
Yeah.
the way we want.
That's in the form of a motion?
Yes, sir.
John seconded it.
We got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good.
Just to further that on, we have, just to let y'all know, we have 511,000 in the transportation tax right now, yeah. And so we're in pretty good shape with that. We have a couple of things out there still to have to be paid for, but we may have to put some other projects on hold for a little while, but that's the plan right now. We gotta get this up and going for the Peanut Company.
That's an 80-20 grant, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 80-20, and the transportation tax is 24,000 up to now.
So I'm gonna save the rest for the stormwater report. Keith, you wanna go ahead on that then?
On the
On the street?
stormwater or the street part?
We don't have a whole lot here.
Just in preparation of the parade and the fair coming, we've been weed eating grass and weeds through town and trying to get that taken care of. And we've also been doing some work at the hospital, taking out those old flower beds, so we'll be able to maintain that and keep that looking a little better up there, so it's not so full of weeds and grass. That's all we've got for the street department. Y'all got any questions?
Stay there, we'll be going through that, or, never mind, stormwater.
All right. Let's go on.
Okay, to fill you in on some details here, the pipelining project that we said we needed to do, we had estimated that to be at 100,000, and they have come in with a bid of 86,875 to do that pipe, and it's from Vandeventer to, what's the other intersection?
Parking lot at the consignment shop there on St. Francis.
And this is where we've been cleaning out the concrete and all kinds of stuff out of
That
it.
24-inch line that runs through there. Made out of clay tile, and it's in pretty bad shape. We got several spots that have fallen in. But we've got it cleaned all the way to Vandeventer, and they said they'd come in for less than 100,000 to get it lined.
And that's going to come out of stormwater.
Stormwater.
Stormwater, yes. And we've got the motion that was made last week for $20,000 to do the intersection, allowing 20,000, we got that for 14,000. So we're well in budget with that.
And that also comes out of
Stormwater as well, because the entire project is because of, we had to tear out the intersection, the whole work, so it's.
Yeah, stormwater pay for the whole
Yeah.
plan.
We have also, I need to make a motion tonight to approve, we're gonna say right now, let's make it even $6,000 in repairs for the sweeper. And I need that motion to get some work done on that and keep it up and running.
Okay, we got a motion,
Second.
got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
All right. In addition, with stormwater, Victor is gonna tell us a little bit about swimming pool drainage. And we began to realize that Victor is the co-chair of that committee as well, and so Victor's gonna be joining us for these reports from now on. He was pretty excited about getting to do that.
Held out as long as I could. A few things we've got going on with stormwater right now. We applied for our stormwater permit back in February. We've not heard yet whether our permit was accepted or denied, so I called. They're due by October the 1st. They said that we should know something by October the 1st, whether we're gonna get our permit. After October the 1st, or the 1st of October, when we do get our permit, we have 90 days to come up with our 5-year stormwater plan. So I've been in contact with the engineer that we've been working with, and he's gonna come down and meet with me and Keith at the end of this month, so we can get started on our 5-year plan, so we can hopefully have it done before it's needed. I believe that's all of that. Had quite a few questions regarding swimming pools and stormwater. The questions come up whether people can drain their pools and it go into our stormwater drainage system. We do have an ordinance that certain things that can go in stormwater drains and certain things that can't. Swimming pool water is allowed in our stormwater drainage if it is dechlorinated. It has to be dechlorinated before it is released into the stormwater drains. It can either be dechlorinated by chemical dechlorination, which you can get that at the local pool supply company, or usually within a 4-day time frame with sunlight, we'll dechlorinate it. So that, you just need to keep an eye on that. People need to pay attention, because if you're releasing chlorinated water into the storm drains, it's killing fish and all the aquatic life, and that's what our stormwater management program is to protect, is that. We will be checking periodically if we get complaints of somebody that is releasing their pool water. You know, you don't want to do that. Have some common sense, people. Don't put your pool water onto somebody else's property because you don't want it on yours.
We've had a lot of trouble with that.
Yes, yeah. We've got people that'll run a pipe to their neighbor's yard and pump it over there because they don't want it in theirs.
Or parking lots.
Yeah, we're parking
And
lots.
alleys, we've done repair work on alleys and.
The city has to spend money on repairing alleys where people pump their swimming pools out, and then the trash trucks drive through it and ruts the alleys up. So
Run the hose to the.
be courteous and have some common sense. That's it.
Thank
If you
you.
have any more questions, just
Thank you.
let me know.
Thank you.
All right, on industrial, we need to talk a little real estate conversation for just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Senior citizen?
We haven't had a meeting yet this month, but we will have, probably evening meeting.
Don't have anything down for unfinished business. So new business. approval of the city statement of revenue and expenditures.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Approval of the city bank
Make
balances.
a motion again.
Motion? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Approval of the city abstract.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of borrower certificate resolution.
Okay, you have this in your package, just a resolution for USDA that the city, there's a list of old assurances and agreements that the city has already complied with, but there's a certification, a resolution approving those, this resolution that the city does comply with the assurances and the requirements of the USDA rural development loans. This is for the financing of the new fire station. And if you notice, if you looked in the certificate, it says there's 5 people that were present and voted. That's going to be changed to whatever, to 9 that are here voting. So just that you had a question on that. So all we need is a motion to approve this resolution.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Very good. Oh, no, that's just a discussion of municipal building, the air conditioning units here.
It's working good tonight.
This one always says, it's something about the police down there, or standing a little toasty warm.
Go ahead.
On the west end of the building,
How many units we got here, first of all?
We have 5 total, but 3 are the problem.
3 are the problem.
Okay.
Those 3 were installed back in the 90s. I talked to Jerry Duncan. They're the ones that installed the units. They're older, 25 years old, or right at 25. They pretty much have reached their shelf life. We've been having a lot of problems with them leaking. You know, we got a lot of ceiling tile damage and stuff, and they will not cool that into the building. I know it's coming up on, but it also works our heat side too.
Are they heat pumps?
Yes, and I think it's air conditioner, heat, combined units. I think there's 2 5-ton and 1 3-ton, or have I got that backwards?
I think there's 1 5-ton and 2 3-ton,
Okay.
I believe.
We went ahead and got bids from 3 different companies. Brenda's got the bids, we got sealed bids. We opened them the other day. She has all that.
Do you want me to read all 3 of them? We had one from Duncan Sheet Metal, which was for 2 5-tons and 1 3-ton, with 1-year warranty on parts and labor for $33,561. We had Dave's Heating and Cooling for 2 5-ton units and 1 3-ton. He had 2 prices depending on the manufacturer you went with. One was $21,500 and one was $23,500. And then we had SEMO Air Conditioning, was 3 5-ton units with 10-year warranty on parts, for $26,670.
And also Dave said that if we pulled the trigger on ordering today, it'd probably be late November before we ever got any of the parts or in the units. So there's gonna be a delay once we get approval to do this and getting the stuff. Now, I don't know about the other 2 companies, how fast they can get theirs, but
Well,
now,
we're gonna get the money for this. Is there a budgeted item?
no, this just occurred here last month
We
or
need to
so.
bring it up in
We
the
started
next
having
finance
trouble with
meeting then.
well, there's been quite a few repair bills on that, on those units.
Well, we need to look into it on the next finance meeting then.
Which will be next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Well, no, on the 7th.
Yeah,
On the 7th.
I think right now with the weather being the way it is, it's probably gonna be a little bit before we need the heat.
Yeah.
We probably don't need to delay too long if we can keep going.
Do you have problems with the heat or just? the
Well, we haven't
conditioning?
tried the heat yet.
Okay.
This is on the AC side.
Okay. That might be buying you some time until spring.
It could, I hope it does.
Okay.
Okay, and then, we already talked about the, road.
No, thanks.
Correct.
copy.
Okay, so we've already done sorry. And, so for the street department, we're good on everything on Peanut Road right now?
We're working on it. We've got a lot of phone calls to make and a lot of angles to look at, but
All right, under mayor's report, well, it's that time of year again. Next week we won't see you at all, will we? Okay, Miss Brenda will be gone out there at the Delta Fair. So the parade is on Tuesday, starts at 6 o'clock, 5:30. And so the streets will be full and lined up full of people, and the parade and the fair will be probably jam-packed. If it's any like any place else, you know, everybody's itching to get out and get some work and do something. So plenty of fair food. So remember, you know, fair food has 0 calories next week. And you'll be able to walk a lot of it off by walking around out there. At the October 5th City Council meeting, Mr. Bill, I'm going to need you to preside. I'll be at a active release technique class, so I'll be back. I'll be gone that most of that week. Mr. Charlie, can you join me down front? All right, for those that don't know, this will be Mr. Charlie's last meeting with us. He'll be moving shortly. And the City of Kennett presents with our deepest gratitude and appreciation to Charlie Maddox for service and dedication as a member of the City Council, April through September 2021. Which I appreciate.
Thank you, that one hundred short.
yeah.
There we go. All right, thank you. All right, and with that being said, at the last meeting, we brought up that there will be a vacant seat sitting there, and so far I've had no one step forward or contact me. You can leave a message up here at City Hall if you're interested, or mayor at cityofkennettmo.com. Drop me a message, and we'll sit down and talk. And so it's a position for Ward 3. So Russell Street South, Kennett Street East. The southeast corner of Kennett is the Ward 3 area. But with that, it's again, next week's gonna be a big week for the Delta Fair, and everybody get out and have some fun and enjoy themselves in a safe manner. All right, public comment.
Tim,
Good.
he's not on the agenda, but
Yeah, he's not on the agenda.
He can
I
come
was
up.
putting that under public comment.
yeah.
I was gonna give you to the count of 3 and then we're done. That's gonna be one of your shortest speeches.
Okay, any questions?
Are you gonna spray extra next week?
Sir?
Are you spraying extra next week for the fair?
Absolutely, we're on that. Of course, we ran an airplane again here recently. We called y'all and told y'all we was running an airplane one night. We didn't get to run it till the next night because we had fuel leak issue, so they wasn't able to get in the air. And that's not really a good thing to do, is it? But anyway, the only thing I want to mention is a month and a half ago or so, there was something said about we put the trap up in the wrong yard. We didn't have permission. We did have permission. There was just some confusion with the fella on whether it was a bug trap, the difference between a bug trap and a mosquito trap. So we did have permission.
Okay.
So I just wanted to clarify that. Are there any questions? I know through the year, through this season, we had the Sarofra. I think I told y'all this. Anopheles is our predominant species, but Sarofra have been hatching off the last several years, stronger and stronger each season. So it used to be, an issue, and we have to do catch-up work on those. But we're still battling. We'll keep working at it as long as we get warm weather and it gets up. And we will be taking care of the fair situation, make sure we stay on top of that.
Great.
Anything else, ball games and so on. We've been going to the football games, having somebody there each time, trying to make sure we stay on top of it. So,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem at all. Any questions?
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks. All right, any other public comment? 3, 2, 1. All right, one motion to adjourn, go into closed session. All in favor?
According to Victor.
There we go. All right.
Code enforcement officer.